Subscribe to our YouTube channel NewsDNN by clicking the bell icon. Don't forget to like, comment and share.
You are watching NewsDNN. For latest national and international news updates, log on to NewsDnnTv.com or download our application NewsDNN from Google Play Store.
I feel like, you have so many concerns, but the biggest one, starting from like, is जूते के साथ ये मैच करना चाहिए, ये खाने चाहिए, उसकी खिचड़ी बनी कि नहीं बनी, ये वो, and then finally when you're leaving the house, I think the biggest concern is mosquitoes, or even when you're entering into the house or going somewhere. Like I remember when my daughter was just, I think she was less than 2 months old, that I ended up taking her on a show, a reality show that I do. It's called Roadies, and we travel to Kerala and we travel to 9 different cities. And the one thing that was the most concerning wasn't diet or anything, was the fact that machhar honge wahan pe, nahi honge, and you know that, there are water bodies, there are places where mosquitoes breed. But for me, I think, you get to know so much about, how one needs to repel mosquitoes, and then of course you have Mortein, and then you have Mortein Smart. Yeah. So, I mean, this isn't an endorsement or anything, but the truth is that I genuinely use the product, and I'm genuinely one of those 73% women who forget to like change the mode. So, pardon the fact that, I've been as ignorant or as reckless as everybody else, and now I don't need to really worry about it. Right? But, there's another theory as to, are we okay, like, leaving this on around kids? And, as a mom, you're always concerned about everything. Any theory that's out there, you always worry about your child. I think, Doc, you could clear that out for me.
Sure. So the first thing I want to say about the liquid vaporizers that we make is that all the active ingredients in these go through a huge amount of tox evaluation. Any new active that we use goes through the Central Insecticide Board, which takes about 3 to 5 years to give us an approval to use that active after a massive amount of scientific research. So everything we have in the vaporizers is perfectly safe.
It's good to know. It's really fantastic to know. Otherwise, I don't know, how many mums here in the audience?
Are there any mothers?
Mothers, you guys would have these questions, right? If it's okay, and now we know that, it's of course approved, and then, there's research that goes on for 5 years. So yeah, I mean, the only thing is now I'm feeling bad that I don't have the Mortein Smart at home, because then I can leave it on and then get out, right? That's another thing, because I feel like today all of us are so busy and we're so caught up with our lives, and I feel like everything around us has also become smart. So whether it's a phone, whether it's a television, whether it's anything, and especially kids, I would like, in 3 years from now, I would want Meher to like switch it on and not switch it off, and then, yeah, and even if it's so, I'm sure by then Mortein will come out with different things as well. It may come out with a smarter Mortein.
Of course. But Neha, at this point of time, I'm actually very fascinated, because it was interesting when we were chatting backstage. Having grown up in Delhi, and I can tell you, whether it's in Delhi, it's in Lucknow, how many North Indians in the house right now? Are there any people who've spent any time in North India? Raise your hands.
Lots.
Lots. In Maharashtra as well, especially when monsoon happens, change of season happens.
Bites in the morning, and that's the #1 cause of getting dengue. You can also be bitten by a female Anopheles mosquito, and typically that's what gets you malaria. And this mosquito bites you between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m., so in the night. And that's the reason why we need protection throughout the day. So that's a fact. Now, I've done a fair bit of consumer visits. I've met a lot of consumers. There are 2 things that I've heard that I want to share. The first is, a lot of people plug in this liquid vaporizer device in the socket at night when they're about to sleep. And then just before they're about to go to sleep, they switch it off, thinking that ज़्यादा चलाएंगे तो जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा. That's one of the concerns. The other is, maybe the smell is too overpowering, I will not be able to sleep well. But whatever that concern might be, they tend to switch it off pretty quickly, not realizing that they need protection throughout the night. So that's the first myth we would want to burst with Mortein. The second is, of course, again, you spoke about it, that I need protection from mosquitoes when I'm sleeping, but I don't need protection when I'm awake in the daytime. And as I just said, Aedes will bite you in the morning, and therefore that's the second myth we would strongly want to burst, which is you need protection throughout the day.
That's so true, like I feel like one of the biggest things for me whether I'm a mom or even when earlier in life, was my sleep. And the one thing, if I hear that sound, and that's it, khatam. Like I mean, and then my day becomes bad, and I feel like little bit. And sleep deprivation is like the highest point of Chinese torture. You can't be having that in this day and age. So yeah, this is extremely important. And unfortunately, my husband is in hospital. He had a surgery yesterday. And I remember the last thing I did was power on. I think Motivational Smart is fantastic because हम जब भी घर में रहते हैं हम बोलते हैं कि नहीं हमें off करना है, on करना है, power on करना है, उसमें ही हम सब कुछ भूल जाते हैं. I feel like plug and leave because we're so busy in our lives कि हमको पता भी नहीं चलता. And you know the truth is that the day mosquitoes are even more dangerous than the ones that bite you at night. So you just want to be protected all the time. And it's a great innovation, invention. It's so basic. Everything around us is getting smart, so why not this?
Okay, Neha ma'am, being a mom, what worries you the most when it comes to the health issue of your baby?
It's very scary, you know, to answer even this. There's so many things that worry you, like something else happens and something. You always, like as a mom, I feel like 80% or 90% of your brain is just occupied thinking, ki, oh, I hope my child is okay. Like even if she's 5 minutes late, I'm like paranoid, kidhar chali gayi. But it used to never happen to me. Log 1 ghanta late hote the, I would just be on my phone, main kabhi Instagram check karti. I would be very relaxed. But with her, I'm like, kidhar hai, andar aaye, lift mein to nahi phas gaye, kidhar kare. But I feel like no matter where you are, the one thing that I always want to do is make sure everything around her is clean. There's hyper cleanliness that's there in the house. And the other thing that I like doing as far as a mom is concerned, I mean, definitely protecting your child from mosquitoes. You could be wearing the coolest clothes, going to the best schools, but if you get bitten by a mosquito, that's it. You're like, kya ho gaya, machhar ne kaat liya. And they're so like, kids are so cute, and when they get the mosquito bites, it's so scary because they become so big. But here I am, I'm doing every possible thing, and you know, Motivational Smart is one direction towards but definitely making sure my child is safe from mosquito bites.
So what we do is we do actual tests. We take volunteers and we subject them to, we make them sit in a room, and every now and then at a certain frequency we introduce mosquitoes in the room at a controlled rate with the device running in the room as well. And we count the number of mosquitoes that actually start landing and probing on that volunteer's skin. And the legs are exposed and the forearms are exposed. And with the liquid vaporizer, the smart device on, not one mosquito was probing, not even biting. Biting is the last stage. Not even probing on the volunteer's skin. We tested it for 2 time durations, the first hour of operation. We've also done it for the entire 8-hour cycle. We can show the video as well, so let's do that, yeah.